All right, good morning, everybody. We're going to start with our toe lifts. 8, 7. Good. Heels up, right then left, right and left. So rolling through, ball of the foot and the big toe. Good. 4, 3, 2. All right, we're going to tap the heels to the front. Just a nice, good bicep curl. Today we've got 4 circuits. We've got 3 exercises in each circuit. We're going to do 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest for 2 rounds. Tap it to the side, reach it right to the front. Good. 4, 3, 2. We're going to tap it to the back, tricep press it back. So a little bit of a lean forward. We're just going to try to squeeze the glutes. 4, 3, 2. Tap it to the side. We're going to reach it up and overhead. So just adding a little bit of a side bend. Starting to wake up the shoulders. 4, 3, 2. Slow deadlift right in the center. So feet hip width apart. We're going to stand up nice and tall. So hinge, 2, lift, 2. And I'm definitely feeling my hamstrings today, but I was out working in the garden a little bit. Good. Hinge and lift. So I was having fun using a shovel, trying to dig up some grass. Hinge and lift. One more time. All the way up tall, slow squat. So hips towards your heels, push through to stand tall. So think about where your knees are going. So we just do a little hinge back, and then we bend the hips and the knees at about the same rate, like we're trying to take our buns to a very, very short chair. So hinge, push it back. Couple more, hinge. One more. Good. All the way up. Reach the arms up and pull it back. Up and back. So ribs are tucked. Imagine your head, shoulders, and hips are all touching the wall behind you. And you're also trying to keep your hands in contact. Good. Bring the arms out in front. Open and close. Open and close. So focusing on a little upper body. Nice good squeeze of the shoulder blades. Give yourself a hug. Good. Bring it in. We're going to turn to the right, turn to the left. So squeeze the glutes. Try to keep your upper body nice and steady, or lower body steady, upper body rotates. Good. Forward step and reach right here. Forward step, take it back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. 4, 3, 2. Step it out to the side, side lunge, hold it in place right here. Good. 4, 3, 2. Hold it in the center, cat-cow. Inhale, exhale. Good. Gentle arch, little bit of a tuck. So imagine there's a band right across your pelvis, right at the top. It pulls you forwards, and then you pull it up. So hinge, exhale, in and out. Good. Couple more. All right, we're going to go to the floor. So I'm actually just going to put my hands on the floor. You can adjust, put your hands on a chair. We're going to step it back to a plank, and I want you to lift up into a down dog and then back to plank. So you can do this at an incline. So against a wall, against a countertop, hands on a chair, getting a little bit of hamstring stretching today. Also stretching underneath our lats and waking up our core a little bit. Good. One more. We're going to walk it all the way back up to standing, however you would like. Bring it all the way up, little shoulder rolls, and then we're just going to do our heel stomps. Good. 8, 6, 4, 3, march it out, shake it out, roll the shoulders, grab a quick drink of water. I don't know if the music is a little low today or if my ears are congested. You always have days like that, right? All right, we're gonna do circuit number 1. Right leg stays in front. We're gonna lunge, and then we're gonna tap in, and we're gonna do a single leg deadlift. We're gonna do right side, then left side, and then we're gonna do rows. So this round has 2 lower body, 1 upper body for 2 sets. So decide what you want to grab for weights. You can do 1 dumbbell, you can do 2. It's completely up to you. But 45 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So we're nice and tall. We're just going to step it back into a lunge, tap it in, single leg deadlift. Then step it back into a lunge, tap it in. Nice good kickstand or B stance deadlift. So we don't want to bring the foot all the way in. We've got that toe back a little bit. So just nice good hinge. And again, we're nice and tall. We don't want to let the shoulders round in the center, our upper back round. I'm trying to open my chest, keep my shoulders in front, away from each other, but like I'm trying to squeeze them together in the back. 3, 2, 1. 15 seconds rest. You can set the dumbbells down for a minute if you need to. I know I start to feel my hands after 2 or 3 rounds. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Here's 2 and 1. So now the other foot, step it back into a lunge, tap it in, hinge it forward, lift nice and tall. So back, tall, hinge, and up. So lunge, tall, hinge, and up. So we're dropping the back knee towards the floor, and then we hinge it forwards, really focusing on working the legs. The arms, the upper body is just there to hold on to the dumbbells. Good, we've got 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. So a little shakeout. Again, we're just gonna go for rows. Nothing fancy. You can shake out the hands. We're just gonna do a nice basic row. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Here's 2 and 1. So shoulders down, ribs tucked. Hinge it forward, row and row. Drive the elbow back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Your hand should not be going past your hip. So this is about the squeeze of that mid back more than it is how high can I get my elbow or my hand. We just want a nice good squeeze. Lead with the shoulder blade, elbow, wrist, and hand, along with that dumbbell, follow along. We've done a lot of rows this week, so I'm alternating. 3, 2, and 1. Short rest. We're gonna repeat those 3 exercises again, starting with our lunge with a deadlift. So again, give your hands a little break if you need to. Good, 3, 2, and 1. So step it back to a lunge. Tap it in. Nice, good deadlift. Now, if you want a little more of a balance challenge, you can tap it in, and then you can do a leg lift, single leg deadlift. So tap it, hinge it forwards. So nice, good lunge, tap, and then that back leg doesn't have to go super high. It's just adding in that little bit of extra instability. And again, we don't have to go to the floor. The goal is not can you touch your toes. The goal is can you feel that stretch in your glutes and your hamstrings. 2 and 1. Bring it in, shake it out. A little rest. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Same thing on the other side. Option to add in that leg lift. 3, 2, good, time's on. So step it back to a lunge, kickstand. This is a little bit more stable. Again, lunge, tall, hinge. Make it more challenging. Lunge, stand, single leg deadlift, lift it up. Your single leg deadlift might be here. That's okay. That back leg is just there for counterbalance to kind of help hold you up. Less than 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Little shakeout. We're gonna go for rows. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So again, shoulders down, tuck the ribs in, hinge it, drive, and down. Drive, and down. And again, this is kind of a test. Can you do a row without bending your elbow or lifting that wrist really high? Then you know that you are using those back muscles to do the heavy lifting. So try to squeeze your shoulders together without bringing the rest of your arm up. That's kind of a test to let you know, are you using your back or are you using your biceps? Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, shake it out, walk around, grab a drink of water. So we're gonna do a sumo squat with a heel lift. You can do the heel lift at the bottom or the heel lift at the top. Second exercise, palm facing forward bicep curls. Third exercise, one arm front, one arm side, and then switch. Check your body position. We don't want to rotate or do like a front to back. It's a front to side. So a little brain challenge. But sumo squat, heel lift, 45 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So sumo squat is just that wider squat, toes out. Option 1, down, lift, heels up, heels down. Option 2 is you can do the heel lift at the bottom. So you go down, lift your heels, stand nice and tall. So this is a little more challenging. The trick here as well is we don't want to go down and then like lift ourselves up when we do the heel lift. But again, chest is up, sitting your hips down into that little chair. There is a little bit of a hinge forwards, but I should still be able to read the front of your shirt. If I'm reading the back of your shirt, we're getting a little bit into good rest, deadlift territory. So I want to be able to read the front of your shirt. All right, palms facing forwards, bicep curl. 3, 2, 1. Good. And this is another one. I'm going heavy, so I am alternating. If you're going with lighter weights, you are welcome to do both arms at the same time. But I still want it to be slow and controlled. So if you can fly through your bicep curls or you can fly through your other exercises, 45 seconds, just going to town. It's time to bump up the weights. Weights should be challenging. They don't have to be impossible. But if you can do bicep curls for like half an hour, probably too light. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, front raise, side raise. I'm gonna go light this set, or light for me this set. Good. 3, 2, and 1. So right arm front, left arm side, and then switch. Check your body position. We want to try not to rotate our torso, and we don't want to take that arm to the back. So we just want to think one front, one side. One front, one side. I'm doing palms down. You can absolutely do thumbs up. You just change your hand position a little bit. Thumbs up. Just depends on your shoulders, how you're feeling today. Good. 10 seconds. We're going to repeat starting with our sumo squats. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Coming back up, sumo squat, heel lift. Sumo squat, heel lift. So just try for a wider stance. Your wide is going to be different than mine. Here we go. So we're going to go down, lift up, heels down. Down, lift, heels up, heels down. Or down, heels up and down, lift. I want you to think about rolling through that big toe. I know sometimes our toes don't point that direction anymore. And I want your knees tracking over your second toe. So if you're going down and your knees are coming forward and in, turn the toes in a little bit as well. Got to open up those hips. Knees track over about your second toe. So we're pressing out on those knees just a little bit. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Palms up, bicep curls. So palms up, bicep curls. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So curl up, curl down. Think about keeping the elbow pointing underneath your shoulder. So we don't need to lift up and then bring the elbow forwards. Bringing the elbow forwards gets more front of the shoulder, and we're gonna do that with the next exercise. So we're getting plenty of shoulders today. So elbow stays underneath your shoulder. I kind of have it right by my side, so I don't want to dig it into my tummy, but it's right at the top of my pelvis. I don't know about anybody else. I am very short-waisted, so they're like, pants sit at your natural waist. No, they sit at my rib cage. I am very short. 2 and 1. Bring it in. Front raise, side raise. It makes finding pants very interesting because everything's high-waisted. I'm like, no. 2 and 1. Good. So one arm front, one arm side. Parallel to the floor, as high as you gotta go. So up 2, slow on the way down. Up 2, down 2, up 2, down 2. Resisting the dumbbells going down works your muscle almost even harder than trying to lift the dumbbell. So your muscle is working here, your muscle is also working on the way down. Good. 15 seconds. And then we're going to head down to the floor. You do not have to go to the floor. Although if you're staying up, a chair is a really good idea. 2 and 1. Good job. Dumbbells down. Grab a quick drink. If you want to come down to the floor, this set, we're going to be on our backs or on our buns. If you are staying standing, if you don't want to go to the floor today, grab a chair. Grab a chair. It'll just make your life easier. We're going to do hip flexor drills. So if you're standing, sit in a chair as close to the front as you can get without falling off. Lift with your hips. Leg is straight. Leg is straight. Yes, you can do it standing. I like to do that when sitting personally. We're going to do bridges with a knee extension. If you're standing, you can do it standing or sitting. Thigh is up, straighten, and bend. It's leg extensions like the leg extension machine. Work your quads. Third exercise is chest presses. If you're standing, incline push-up, banded chest press, or lean back in your chair, incline chest press to where the wall and the ceiling meet. But those are our 3 exercises. Let's take it all the way down onto our backs, or not our backs, our buns. We're gonna start in our buns. If you wanna have a dumbbell target, you can, to do an up and over. So we're gonna take both legs over to one side. We're gonna lift it up and over and take it back. Your time is officially on. The challenge here is we don't want to lean back with our body to get that leg up there, and we don't want to bend our knee if we can avoid it. We want to try to keep the leg straight. So maybe you lean back a little bit, make it a little easier. Up and over, bring it back. So we should feel the lift from the upper part of our quad right by, kind of up by the crease in our hip. If you can sit up nice and tall, little C curve with the tummy is okay. but sitting tall, up and over. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna take it all the way down onto our backs, lift it up into a bridge. The bridge is optional, but I wanna lift up into a bridge. The leg that was lifting, I'm gonna glue it to my other leg, and now I'm gonna straighten my knee and bend my knee. So I'm holding a bridge. So I'm holding a single leg bridge. The leg that was doing the hip flexor drill, the lift and lower, I have glued that to my other leg, so my knee, when I straighten my knee, I don't want to drop my thigh towards the floor. I want you to do a little kick, like you're trying to get the bottom of your foot pointing up towards the ceiling. So we're just working our legs, our quads. This is the same thing as a leg extension machine. We're just trying to work the quads a little bit. But we're also getting glute on the opposite side, holding ourselves up. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, chest presses. Chest presses. Banded chest press, incline chest press if you're staying upright today. The rest of us, we're on our backs. Good, bring it up. So just press it to the ceiling and down. So each circuit has either 2 lower body and 1 upper body, or 2 upper body and 1 lower body. This is our 2 lowers and an upper. So we're just lowering the dumbbell and then we're pressing it up again. You can have your arms in, palms facing in, neutral grip. That's just gonna be a little bit more tricep. Taking your elbows out to the corner, forming that letter A, is a little bit more chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully come back up to a seated position. We're gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna take that dumbbell out in front. If you wanna use the dumbbell, take the legs over. Again, I did all right. Time's on. I did all right side last time, so I am doing all left side this time. If you were alternating, going side to side, you're gonna keep going. But we want that leg to be straight. Knee is straight. So that is our leg is our resistance. Our leg, the weight of our leg is the resistance that's working our hips. Up and over. Again, you can lean back a little bit if you need to, but if you can sit up tall, little crunch, little C curve, up and over, 10 seconds. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Dumbbell off to the side. We're gonna go all the way onto our backs, lift up into that single leg bridge on the other side. And again, I'm squeezing my legs together. I lift up into my bridge, catch my balance and hold it, and then I straighten and I bend. Straighten and bend. So squeezing the thighs together just lets you know that if you're, if it'll let you know if you're dropping your leg when you straighten your knee. We want to try not to drop the leg when we straighten the knee. If it's really, your legs are burning, you can have your hips on the floor if you need to and focus on the leg extension. But adding in that bridge is adding in some glute work. So we're getting front and back of the leg kind of at the same time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going for chest presses. So just bring it in. Grab those dumbbells, carefully bring them up, lower all the way down, low back into the floor, 2 and 1. So nice, good press. Same rules apply here for lifting, up 2, down 2. So press it up, lower it back down, control both directions. So control the lift up, control the lower down. Your muscle works both ways. And actually slowly lowering the dumbbell, resisting the dumbbell going down, that actually is almost a little bit harder and is going to challenge your muscles a little bit more than the press. Good, 8 seconds. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Carefully set the dumbbells off to the side. You can grab a little bit of drink if you want. We're gonna move on, circuit number 4. We're gonna do hands and knees tricep kickbacks. If you wanna stay standing, tricep kickback or an overhead extension, either is fine. Side plank with a rear fly. So we're gonna do a side plank and we're gonna do little internal, external rotation. If you're standing, you can be forward folded, or you can do a band pull apart with your elbows in, do one side, or you can do both. Third exercise, inner thigh lift. And again, if you're standing, you can run your heel up and down your shin, or you can do open the hip in little soccer ball kicks. But we're gonna start hands and knees, tricep kickback. There's no way I'm doing 15s, I don't think. So we're gonna bring it in, hands and knees position or half kneeling position, 45 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So arm is up, I'm gonna kick it back and bring it in. Kick it back and bring it in. If you don't wanna be on hands and knees, but you're okay being on knees, you can do a forward folded position here. Always an option. Kick back and up. If you're staying standing today, kick it back, bring it in. I like doing these. I personally like doing forward folded exercises like rows and kickbacks with my hands on a chair. Gets me into a good forward position, but that's just my personal preference. We want to focus on keeping that elbow lifted and pointing towards our hips. Focus on that squeeze. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna flip it over onto our side. If you wanna do the external rotation with a weight, I would go with something light. But we're gonna lift it up into a side plank. Elbow in, open, and close. Your time is officially on. So this is your side plank option. Or if you're like, I don't wanna do the side plank, but I wanna do the external rotation, lie on your side. You kind of know what you might need to work on a little bit. Elbow stays close to the body. Again, if you're staying standing, forward folded, elbow in, and rotate. Don't feel you have to get that arm way up there. Maybe you're only going part way. Maybe you're only coming a third of the way out. That's okay. We just want to get that muscle to work. And it's a little mobility, a little shoulder blade stability. Good. Dumbbells down. We're going to be on our side, hips on the floor. You can be on your elbow or you can be all the way down. Bottom leg is straight. We're going to lift and we're going to lower. Time is on. So in this position, I'm okay with it. I'm on the side of my butt. So I'm not all the way on my side on my hip. I am on my side glute on the squishy part. If you'd like, you can take the front leg over in front. Then you're gonna be a little bit more on your hip. And you can do a lift and hold, or you can do a lift and lower. But I want you to think about lifting your entire inside of your leg up towards the ceiling. So we wanna lift kind of from where our thigh meets our pelvis. So we're trying to really use that inner thigh, lift it up and down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Same thing on the other side. We're going to start with our tricep kickback. Hands and knees position if you would like. But we just want to focus on those triceps. That's our goal here. Good. Time is on. So good hands and knees position. Upper arm is in line with your torso. Nice, good squeeze. Again, you can just be in that half kneeling position. I rest my tummy and my chest all the way down on my thigh. This just takes pressure off my hands. So if your hands don't like being on the floor, but your knees are okay with it, this is a good option. Or stay standing. Less than 15 seconds. We're gonna go onto our side. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, side plank, external rotation, or all the way down on your side, external rotation. So shoulder down, we're nice and tall. Neutral wrist, open and close. Find a range of motion that you have good technique with. Again, it can be a small range of motion. Maybe it's not very big. That's okay. Sometimes we just think, I've got to get that arm back there, and we wind up lifting the elbow or we wind up rotating our torso. The goal is just that stable shoulder blade and adding in that external rotation, that little bit of movement. Neutral wrist position. Good, 15 seconds. And actually, this forward folded position is actually really hard because you're lifting that dumbbell against gravity. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, onto your side, all the way down, either on your elbow or all the way on your side. Side glute, straighten your bottom leg. And I want you to think about just a good lift and a good lower. Lift and lower. And this is another one where you don't have to get your leg really high up there, because sometimes getting it up high means that we're kicking the leg forwards. I want you to go straight up to the ceiling. Don't let that leg go forward. Straight up and back in. And if you want, lift and hold. This is actually an excellent exercise. If it's uncomfortable to go up and down, hold it. Find that top end and stay there. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, a little bit of a shakeout. You can walk around, grab a drink if you'd like. We're gonna come in for our stretching. I'm gonna take a minute, put my equipment away. All right, we're gonna take it a little bit wide. We're gonna do our 90-90s. We're gonna do right side and then left side. So hands by the hips, sitting tall. Right leg in and out. Hips stay glued to the floor. So this is really just a wiggle. If you want to, take the leg out straight and start the movement from your hip. This usually feels a little bit easier on your hips. If you've had surgery or your range of motion is a little bit smaller, it's just a wiggle. Good, bring it in, switch it over to the other leg, and again, in and out, in and out. I'm on my heel. I've just got that little bit of internal, external rotation. If you want to, take the leg out straight and just wiggle from the thigh all the way down. Call them windshield wipers, because your foot looks like the windshield wiper on your car, just going back and forth. Good. 2. Bring it in the center. We're going to take the bottoms of the feet touching, sitting as tall as we can, sitting on your sits bones, gently letting those knees drift out to the side. If you can add a little forward hinge. Everybody's a little bit different. Good, let's bring it in. We're gonna take the legs up and over, and we're gonna go into a 90-90. Find a comfortable position, focus is on the front leg. We're gonna turn, and then we're just gonna hinge it forwards. You might be up taller than I am, that's okay. If you want to, you can just sit in a chair or sit on your buns and cross the leg over. That's gonna work the same muscle. 2, and 1. Bring it up, switch it up and over to the other side. So 90-90. Adjust the back leg as needed. We're just gonna open it forwards And we haven't done this stretch in a while, and I can definitely tell on this hip. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring it up, flipping it over onto hands and knees. If you need to come to standing, this is a good chance. We're just going to reach those arms out. So dropping the forehead down towards the floor. You can add a little side-to-side wiggle if you would like. This is one that I might start doing with my hands elevated, because that will actually get me a deeper stretch under my arms. 2 and 1. Bring it all the way up, hands and knees. Now you're going to walk your hands back towards your knees, hips towards your heels, come to a kneeling position, take one foot out in front, half kneeling position, tuck your tail, squeeze your glute, and then a little forward and a little back. So forward and back. So we're squeezing the glute, deepening that back hip flexor stretch. Since we did hip flexor drills, we're going to stretch out the hip flexors today. Good. Bring it in, switch it over to the other side, half kneeling. So we tuck the tail, squeeze the glute, forward and back, forward and back. Good. We're going to take that front leg, pull it back a little bit, come up to a nice, good standing position. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down into your back pocket. Good. Feet hip width apart. We're going to straighten the elbows, flex the wrists, and then same thing. Good shoulder rolls up, back, and down. Just the shoulders. Good. Change direction going forwards. Let's take the arms out to the side, reach the fingertips back, wash the walls. Again, elbows are straight, keep the wrists flexed, and change direction. Bring the arms down, ear to shoulder, side to side. Bring the head up, look to one side, look to the other. Bring it into the center, big breath in, spread the fingers, spread the toes, and exhale one more time. And out, and you are all done.